Now then, stick here. I haven't done an update for ages. It feels like ages. Probably about a month, I think. I've been chipping away at bits and pieces. I've decided, because I've got so many different projects on the go, I'm going to try and stick with my 6mm Napoleonic stuff for a little while. Try and make a bit of headway with them. Been reading General the Army, as you can see there, by David Brown. Seems like a really good rule set. Read it through a couple of times now. Watched all Curtis's videos and is it JT War Games? Apologies if I've got that wrong, but he put a live play on last night, which I watched, which was really good. So what I've been getting on with, first of all, for General the Army, I've not changed the basic, but I'm adding more figures to it. So what I've got there, I've started working on my Napoleonic light troops for the Austrians. I haven't painted all of these, probably painted about half of them over the last month or so, and just added to the collection slightly. So over there I've got the I've got 2 battalions of Jaegers, skirmishing troops armed with rifles. And what I've done is that there's 4 bases per unit, and then there's 1 skirmish base to add to the brigade skirmish screen. Now in General the Army, light troops normally have, if the brigade contains more than 50% light troops, you add an extra base, but because they're Austrians, they lose a base anyway, so I've just done the 2 bases. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, just trying to get a bit more light on there, hope you can see them a bit better. Yeah, so there are 2 battalions of Jaegers there, and then I've got the 1st Grenz Regiment, which is the 13th Grenzers. 2 battalions of those, and I've done them in open order, so they're not shoulder to shoulder like the line troops are. Again, a base of skirmishers each, or same with all of them actually. You can deploy the whole unit in a open order. So you just separate the base out a bit and it looks okay. So yeah, there's the 13th Grenz Regiment. They've got grey facings. I hope you can see them. A little bit dark in here. A bit more light. Is that better? I don't know. And then there's the 8th Grenz Regiment there. Same again. So 4 bases per unit. And then a skirmish base each as well. And all my units now are going to be 4 bases strong instead of 3. If you've been watching my videos, I did them in units of 3. But it don't kind of work really. If you want to form squares and stuff, or assault columns, you need it like 2 wide, like this. So you have 2 bases like that. That'd be like an assault column. Then you got a march column like that. And obviously forming a square, it looks a lot better if you've got 4 bases. So that's what I've gone for. I've got loads of figures to paint anyway, so it's just a case of just filling them, adding them to existing units, which is all good. I've also been working on some cavalry, so I'll just stick these back in the box, get the cavalry out and show you them. Back in 2 seconds. Okay, so here's the cavalry I've managed to get done. Quite fiddly to paint. Austrian hussars. There's a lot of lace, and the uniforms and stuff are quite complicated. But what I've got is the 4th hussars there with the blue shakos on. Is it a dolman? You know, the jacket bit. Sorry, I'm not, that bit there. The little jacket they've got slung over the shoulders. Is that called a dolman, or is that a police? I always get confused, but they're green anyway. And they've got the blue shakos on. They came out alright. That's the 4th, and then I've got the 5th as well. 5th hussars. Yeah, slightly darker green. Dolmans or polices or whatever they're called, and red shakos. Yeah, turned out alright. Apologise for the light, it's a little bit dark in here, I can't seem to brighten it up. What I'll do is I'll just get the rest of my cavalry out and just so we can have a look at how much cavalry I've actually got done. Back in a sec. Okay then, so the cavalry force so far, as you can see I've got quite a few units done. It's taken me since about 2011 to paint this many. In between other things, I painted loads of infantry and things like that, and other projects as well. But I always end up coming back to my my Austrians. I seem to have a thing for them. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because they're the underdogs most of the time. Quite appealing. But anyway, so what we've got. See if I can just zoom in slightly. If I'm wobbling this camera everywhere. So on that side there, we've got the 3rd Hussars, and then the new ones, the 4th and the 5th. Now all these are large units because of the 6 bases strong. Because the Austrian cavalry regiments normally were quite big, so they're all large units. So we've got 3rd, 4th and 5th there, and then this one here is a standard size unit. It's only got 4 bases in it. And these are the 8th Hussars. Then moving across, we have the 10th Hussars. Again, another large unit, 6 bases. And then on the end there, we've got the Lancers, or the Uhlans. So we've got the 2nd Uhlans and the 3rd Uhlans as well. Now the 3rd Uhlans weren't present during the Danube campaign in 1809, but I ordered too many figures, so I just painted them up anyway. No one will notice. And then at the back, we've got 2 units of Chevaliers. So I'll move this camera forward slightly. There you go. So 2 units of Chevaliers, which are again a type of light cavalry used by the Austrians. Very similar to dragoons, I believe, but they trained slightly differently and they operated in a light cavalry role. So all these are classed as light cavalry, and they would have been parcelled out to the advance guard divisions or brigades within the Austrian column system, because they didn't really use a corps system until a bit later, I don't believe. So yeah, so you'd normally find light cavalry like this mixed up with the light troops, which I showed you earlier, possibly a couple of line battalions and a bit of artillery, would all operate together in this kind of mixed brigade. Yeah, so that's all the light cavalry I've got. I think I'm going to hold it there with the light cavalry and concentrate on getting some heavies done. I'll start working on a bit of a reserve kind of column or division or corps or whatever they called it. The Austrians are quite confusing because I think they did move to a corps system, but then when they went on campaign they just reverted back to columns again. And I think it just caused a lot of command and control issues and things like that. Yeah, but I need some heavy cavalry anyway, get some grenadiers and things like that as well. Yeah, so that's all my cavalry so far. Back in 2 ticks and I'll show you what I'm working on next for this project. Okay then, so what I'm working on now then, switching back to the French, because I've got enough Austrians to make up the units, 4 bases strong for all the regiments. So I'm going to hold it with the Austrians for now. I've got loads more to paint, but I'm going to switch back to the French and get a battle-worthy force of those, because I'm kind of itching to get a game in of General d'Armée with them. So what I've got here, I've got enough line troops in there to fill all my units out, and then for 4 bases strong, and I've got 2 artillery batteries, including the limber teams and everything in there. Horse artillery battery in there, including the limber, and then enough troops in that one. In fact, that was more skirmishers to add to them. In there I've got little light troops to build on my light battalions up to 4 strong as well. And then I've got the Napoleon and Marshall's personality pack modeler as well. So Napoleon's in there, a couple of the named marshals and things like that for some command stands, and making ADC stands as well for the for General d'Armée. So yeah, loads to be getting on with. I've pretty much blown my War Games sort of budget for this month, so I'm going to have to just crack on with these. I've got loads of stuff to paint anyway. So next update hopefully will be some painted or completed units. That is me for now. Thanks very much for watching. I know I've waffled on a little bit, but you know, I always do. I'll speak to you all soon. Okay, bye bye.